Hi, Mrs. Mitchell. How nice to see you again.
Well, hi, Mrs. Wayman. Come on in.
Well, thank you. Say, and thank you so much for your recommendation. I appointed her last Wednesday. You'll be receiving a certificate which entitles you to one of the gifts I showed you or a check from Avon.
It's funny, Mrs. Wayman, I didn't even know her. Now we're friends. We chat over the phone about Avon and plan to go to the meetings together. She's a lovely person. I feel I've been paid already.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Mrs. Mitchell. And it was so nice to see you at the sales meeting. Did you enjoy it?
I certainly did. It was interesting, and everyone was so friendly.
We do have a wonderful group, and you're a real asset to it. Well, how are things going?
Good. We've taken care of her needs first.
Well, now let's go on. Your first step was to get acquainted with everyone in your territory. Today you'll learn how to write a reorder on each delivery. Now let's see how your Avon business is growing. How many homes in your territory have you called on?
Every house. I just barely did finish, Mrs. Wayman. Got the last 3 yesterday because I knew you were coming today.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, and I'm so proud of you. You've reached your first objective, and you've earned your Avon calling pin. I'll award it to you at our next Avon meeting. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Wayman. I'm really pleased.
This is only your first award, Mrs. Mitchell. You'll have lots more. How many customers do you have now?
I have 55 exactly.
Wonderful. See what a strong start you can make by calling on everyone first? Your business starts with first orders, Mrs. Mitchell, and it grows on reorders. When you take a reorder at delivery time, you save time for yourself and for your customer. And a delivery creates an ideal opportunity for a reorder. You're already in the customer's house, you do have new products and a new brochure to show her, and you know she'll have to replace some products every few weeks. When you call with a delivery, say, "Avon calling with your order, Mrs. Jones. I'd like to step in and check it over with you." Then find a convenient place to sit beside her, just as before, so that you can present the products to her. Tell her how to use them if necessary. Make sure she's satisfied. Set up your demonstration assortment and get out your new brochure while she's getting out her purse or checkbook. And say, "Wait till you see what I have to show you," or "I've brought something special to show you today." The main thing to remember is that to get a reorder, you have to speak first. A reorder depends more on the representative than it does on the customer, Mrs. Mitchell. It's up to you to suggest. Here are a few suggestions you might use. Your own personal experience with a product makes a good testimonial and inspires confidence. Talk about related products. For example, when nail enamel is ordered, ask, "Would you like to order a matching lipstick?" And let special prices work for you. Try it now when it's on special, Mrs. Customer. New products create their own interest. Show new products and let her try them. Use samples and call back to find out if she liked the sample. Then ask her to order the full-size product. And make good use of the Avon guarantee. I'm sure you'll like this, Mrs. Customer. Try it. I'll refund your money or exchange the product if you aren't happy with it.
If we can impress upon the representative at this time the importance of getting a reorder, then the customers she does have will become good ones, and she's off to a better start. Now let's return to our manager and representative.
To provide continuing service to your customers, plan to take a reorder on each delivery call. This is an important step to success. In order to be truly helpful to your customers, Mrs. Mitchell, and to sell a wide range of products to each one, you need to know your customer and your products. To know your products, study your beauty book and catalog. To know your customers, it helps to keep a record of the products purchased by every customer each campaign. Then you can remind her when to reorder products she uses regularly, and you'll be able to suggest Avon products that she's not now using. The copy of Read Me First, which arrived in your first order, asked you to keep the white copy of your customer orders after you had delivered for an Avon customer service file. Mrs. Mitchell, today I would like to give you the box and the envelopes for your file. Just fill out an envelope here for every customer with her name, address, and telephone number on the front. Every time you deliver an order to her, bring home the white copy of her order and put it in her envelope. Then you'll have a complete record of what products she uses, all shades and fragrances, what products she may be running out of, and what you could suggest she try on the Avon guarantee. Nothing, Mrs. Mitchell, replaces a personal contact on every customer each campaign. But if on the last day of the campaign you have a customer that you've been unable to contact, use the telephone and your Avon customer service file something like this. Hello, Mrs. Jones? This is Kathleen Mitchell, your Avon representative. I'm sorry I missed you this campaign, but I just wanted you to know that I'm mailing in my Avon order today, and I didn't want you to miss our special on Skin So Soft. 8 ounces for just $2.25. I noticed from my customer file that it's been almost 6 weeks since you last ordered this product. May I order one for you? Do you see, Mrs. Mitchell, how your file can help you?
Yes, and I'm thrilled to have everything I need right here today. I know it's going to help me offer my customers better service and help me with reorders as well.
I'm sure it will. Now, Mrs. Mitchell, I know how busy you are taking care of your family and your Avon territory. So I would like to remind you that Avon sales aides are silent salesmen that will work around the clock to help you build a profitable Avon business. Callback brochures, for example. How did you like the 5 I left you 2 weeks ago?
Oh, they were great. I just wished I'd had more. I made a lot of sales from them.
The representatives in my area who invest a little time and money in the sales aids you see on this page do earn much more than the representatives who do not make the investment. But prove it to yourself, Mrs. Mitchell. When you order callback brochures, keep a record of the sales resulting from their use. If you keep them circulating, I think you'll discover that they will return dollars for the pennies that you invest in each one. Samples can be used to win new customers and to acquaint established customers with new or untried products. Most samples distributed one campaign in advance of selling plant the seed from which many sales grow. One Skin So Soft sample, for example, costs you just 5 cents. One sale of just the 8-ounce Skin So Soft puts up to $1.60 in your pocket. Samples used properly can produce startling results. Your customers will buy what they can see, hold, and try on. Always order the demonstration assortment. Set it out on every delivery call and let your customer enjoy it. It will put her in a good Avon mood. If she's pleased with your service, she'll buy more. Your Avon guarantee is really a sales aid too, because whenever a customer hesitates about ordering a product that she hasn't tried before, you can say, "Let me order this for you on a trial basis. If you are not completely satisfied with it, I'll pick it up and refund your money or exchange it for another product."
Oh, the Avon guarantee has already helped me sell skincare products to 2 customers.
Good. Now, every campaign, your Avon earnings will grow from, first of all, reorders from regular customers, and then from orders from new customers. Mrs. Mitchell, you can always find new customers in your territory by calling back on those who were not home on your first call.
Well, I sure had a lot of people who were not at home, I'll tell you.
Well, don't be discouraged. Be determined. Remember, women who are often out are apt to use more cosmetics and fragrance products than those who stay at home. Our successful representatives have found that you may make several calls at the same house before you find someone home. It helps to try a different day and time on each callback. A neighbor might be able to tell you the best time to call. Mrs. Mitchell, would you call back now on every not at home in your territory record book?
It's important here to ask a question so that you can get an agreement from the representative.
You bet I will, and I'm going to leave those customer service reminders I ordered and some personal notes as well, so they'll know I called again.
Good idea. Now you can also find new customers by calling back on those who have not yet bought from you. Mrs. Mitchell, our successful representatives have found that many people who did not order on the first or even the second call later become their best customers. Some people just wait to see that you offer regular, dependable service before they order. Others become so intrigued by the new products and special prices that you have shown them that they decide later to order. The samples you give will win new customers. People remember a beautiful product they see in Avon television and magazine advertising and decide to order the next time an Avon representative calls. Or their friends and neighbors tell them about your friendly service. Or they receive an Avon product as a gift. Just remember, Mrs. Mitchell, that there is nothing a woman changes as often as her mind. So call back and reintroduce yourself by saying, "Hello, Avon calling again. I'd like to show you Avon's newest brochure," or use a new product. Now, Mrs. Mitchell, will you call back on the people who did not buy from you the first time?
Once again, you must ask a question to get an agreement.
I'll do my very best.
I knew you would. For your Avon business to grow, it's important that you become well known in your territory. Your name should be on customer service reminders, callback brochures, the yellow copy of the customer order, and your delivery sacks. How would you like to earn this Avon name stamp for the new customer list you developed from your callbacks on Not Homes and the people who did not order from you when you called the first time?
I'd love to have one. You know, you really should have your name on everything.
Now, let's see, Mrs. Mitchell. You've developed 55 customers to date. I'll tell you what, if you develop 15 new customers by the 9th when you mail in your next order, you can mail in this certificate and your Avon name stamp will be mailed to you.
I have 55 customers now. Does that mean I have to serve 70 customers this campaign?
No. Now, we hope that you get as many reorders as possible from your 55 customers. But you'll earn your name stamp for writing a first order for 15 new customers.
The customer goal you set for each representative for the name stamp should be based on two factors: the progress of the representative to date and the price tag you place on the territory. 10 customers would usually be the minimum goal possible to earn the name stamp. The goal you set should be realistic and immediate. If you are making this business call in the first week of a campaign, set a goal that can be achieved when the representative mails in her next order. If the call is made in the second week of the campaign, set a goal that will include the last days of the campaign plus the next full campaign. This means that your goals will average 2 weeks. The purpose of this objective is to extend your training influence on the new representative beyond calling with Avon. It also helps the representative relate again the importance of new customers to her future earnings.
Step by step, Mrs. Mitchell, you're building a successful business. Your first step to call on every home is completed, and well done. I'll be so proud to present you with your Avon calling pin at our next sales meeting on Monday the 26th. Your next step is to write reorders on delivery calls and to call back for new customers and to continue to call back every campaign. Follow these 3 steps, Mrs. Mitchell, and you'll be a successful Avon representative.
Well, I'm feeling pretty happy about all this. My husband really didn't think I'd be very good at it. And having a friend to go to the meeting with is going to make it more fun.
I know it is, Mrs. Mitchell, especially when it's someone that you recommend. Do you know someone else? I have an opening just over on Linden Avenue. Would you happen to know anyone there? It's only 3 streets from you.
Not offhand, but I might be able to find someone for you because I do have a friend that lives on that street. She knows lots of people.
Would you mind giving me her name?
Not at all. I'll write it down for you.
Well, thank you, because I would like to talk to her. And now, Mrs. Mitchell, I'll set my next business appointment with you here in your home by card. In the meantime, I look forward to presenting your Avon Calling Award to you on the 26th. And then on the 10th, remember, you'll be attending your product training class.
As you complete this call and the Calling with Avon series, your representative is just beginning her 4th week with Avon. Because you have given her the help and guidance you promised in the story of Avon, it is only natural that she still feels dependent upon you. It is important now, as you say goodbye, to assure the representative that she will have your continuing assistance in future personal contacts, in her training class, group meetings, and sales meetings, that together you will continue to build her successful career with Avon.